Okay, what would I do to get ready for a video? Because I just feel like doing a lot of unfiltereds right now. If someone actually ever pays me to watch the unfiltereds, you guys are gonna see the making of who I'm becoming. The too embarrassing stuff for me to put, the process. And it seems too easy for me to just make videos, but not many people can be vulnerable like I can. So it's my vulnerability brings a simplicity to my life. My job is to make videos of myself not being perfect so I can give permission to other women to not be perfect, because it's through the eye of the needle that you'll go to heaven. I signed up for some humility in this life. They're ready. They're preparing me to be attacked. So I have to have an internal strength to handle that threat. And I have it. And it just happens to involve marijuana. And I still have some embarrassment about that. But I can't help it. That's when I feel inspired. Right after I smoke, I'm inspired. So I want to be inspired without it. And it's true, if I go without it and then I'm given a task, that lights me up, because my brain seems to, I think I've cleared my third eye or pineal gland through all of my spiritual work. We don't clean our bodies with other objects that are physical, like herbs and medicine. Those are representations of the energy behind them. You don't really need medicine to heal. You can heal yourself with your mind, but if your mind has blockages and like blind spots in it, then you need permission slips to heal. And Bashar has talked about this. So all the medicines out there are permission slips. Well, you can use affirmations as a permission slip. You can say, I need help. That's probably where it really starts. Once you figure out how to ask for help, ask for healing. God, heal me. That's asking for help. Someone just told me about a rash they had, and I was like, do you have any oatmeal, clay, or Epsom salts in your house? You can have a bath and hopefully relieve some of that rash. And she said, yeah, I do. I totally forgot I have some Epsom salts. So I was like, yeah, great. You're probably going to feel a lot of relief from that. And then she was meanwhile going to get rid of what caused the rash. Problem solved, take a bath. And then I was like, you know what? While you're in there, why don't you turn the lights down, play some music, add some bubbles, bring some wine in, make an intention, pray over it, decide which spirit guide you want to talk to while you're in there, record it. Turn everything into something meaningful. We think that we have tasks to go through throughout the day, but we can be so present with those tasks that they become holy. Be so present that your right now moment is holy, regardless of what it looks like. Is it going towards a goal of your ego? Great. Is it going towards rest? Great. It's like you got to balance out the ego drive with humility and rest. I feel like this is Atlantis and Lemuria were opposites, like twin flames kind of, in a way, where Atlantis was the mind and Lemuria was the heart, and Lemuria was too empathic and to a fault, and Atlantis was too smart to a fault. So there was an imbalance there, and that's what happened. It was a tussle between those two energies that caused the downfall of Atlantis that we know of. And then the secrets went underground, the crystals and the lifestyle truths about the human body and the light body and the connection to God and everything. It all went underground while we went through this karmic healing of just, fires, basically. Like, how would you describe what humanity's had to go through in order to learn to balance the mind and the heart? That's what we're experiencing. That's what the duality is. That's what the fight is about. The white hats and the black hats, or whatever, the deep state and the white hats. They're just complementary forces that encourage motion. Otherwise, everything would just be one. Everything was just one until there was a form of separation, and then there was motion and frequency. And we can't understand oneness because we're in the third dimension. So we're exploring how to figure out what oneness feels like. That's the ascension, making the two into one. So, but it's alchemical, and it's, you have to transmute what you judge. Okay? And what you judge, it could be good and bad. You could be limiting yourself in good ways. You could be limiting yourself to be hurt, and you could be limiting yourself from joy. Like, you're programmed. And I'm figuring out how to reprogram my mind so that I'm my highest version in the physical. And I haven't figured out a lot of stuff, but things are going to change because I'm approaching a threshold of awareness of the 5D infrastructure, how it's set up, how it operates, the rules of engagement. I think I know enough about it that I can start manifesting with 5D consciousness, because the 3D is kind of like the echo of what's going on in the 5D. So if you're trying to change things from a 3D perspective, it's going to take effort. So much effort that you end up having to hurt people to win. Whereas in 5D, you're more at the genetic engineering level of 3D, where you can see so far ahead of the manifestation that it doesn't take much effort. It's basically just a thought. You just have control over your thoughts, and you could sit there, and that's how telekinesis is possible, because they understand the rules of manifestation early in consciousness, because thoughts become things. How does a thought become a thing? Well, it's a mystery, but if you seek it, you'll find it. And it begins with what you have control over, which is what's in your mind. You don't really have control over much outside of you without convincing another thought form to agree with you. All your control's in your mind, and that's also where your guidance is. So I don't know. I just felt like recording because so much is coming in right now, and it's like they're freezing my videos. They're just freezing them. So okay, I have to trust. I have to trust that either God will do the right thing and make limits that are necessary, and in the right timing, I'll have clarity about it. I feel like it's the quiet before the storm. Okay, namaste.